I'm conscious in my bit of the borough, have big developments coming forward, claims coming back from CCG that there isn't need for additional GP capacity, and that geographical spread sort of loses out to the argument that we need consolidated mega GPs like a Canada Water. Is it part of a running cost argument that comes from CCG about the extent to which developers who might cater for additional GP capacity into a company and increase the population? What's the arguments that they come forward with to say no, we don't need that much?
I think it is those running costs and kind of the fit out costs and those kind of capital costs that are involved and the ongoing revenue that keeping them going. This might be unfair. Part of me thinks though that the issue is that the CCG haven't really resolved in their own mind what they want GP health to look like in the future. You referenced kind of the mega GP surgeries, and I think that there is an idea that what will happen down at Dulwich Hospital, for instance, will be a bit of a blueprint. I mean, polyclinics were the thing, weren't they, 10 years ago or so, as the answer to issues about how do you deal with kind of minor issues and etc. about how to go to hospital and speed of treatment, etc. And there was great opposition to polyclinics, but if we look at what's going to happen at Dulwich Hospital, it looks to me very similar to the polyclinic that was being proposed for Dulwich Hospital 10, 15 years ago. It's obviously not, but that is probably what I think the CCG would like to see around the borough. You know, a number of really significant hubs where you can get speedy, good, efficient treatment and an appointment very swiftly. So that's probably what their vision would be, but I'm not sure that they have absolutely articulated it. I'm not sure that they've absolutely taken their providers with them to that point where everyone's signed up to it. Is that unfair?
That's the answer I hope I hear, actually. Yeah, they are not yet there in terms of articulating and communicating their idea of what primary care might be. Lots of people's experience of GPs is low morale, it's long wait times, it's being treated quite instrumentally, triaged here and there, and it's not that efficient, effective healthcare. That's, I think it's well established as a common experience in the borough. If I can do, it's not really a follow-up, it's about the other thing that I was going to throw at Richard, but why not you? It's about the public health dimension of the Old Kent Radio Action Plan, because you mentioned it, and I've talked about this with Professor Fenton, Councillor Livingston as well. I'm conscious that it's exciting, the scale change and the plans for new housing and infrastructure and Bakerley Island extension and all that could happen along the Old Kent Road. There is a query about the extent to which the model of development, the type of place and neighbourhood that will be produced at the end, will meet the needs for people to have open space, like meaningful open space. Greenlink is good, the small park we've got on Mandela Way, the green plan is good, but I think there's an argument that is doing the rounds that adding 50,000 people to a 1.5 mile stretch in the middle of the borough without a significant new major park is perhaps an oversight. So I wonder if you had any thoughts on that, yes or no, or maybe, or what are the factors?
I think it's interesting. I mean, Kevin might have some views as well. I think what the plan, as you see it, does, as you say, you talk about Greenlink. It's not on the side. Greenlink is a major new green spine for that part of the world, linking up with Burgess Park. I think also the ideas that I had in terms of the public realm that will be provided, as part of the regeneration will improve things down there. And I still think, although it's popular, Burgess Park still has much to offer and is probably not delivering as much as it could for our residents. We've already put £8 million plus into the park in the last 8 years, but there's probably more that we could do to make that a really fantastic, the world-class park that it is on its way to being. So I don't think we're missing a major new park. I think the quality of the public realm and the green link that's there will undoubtedly be an improvement on what we have. Will it be sufficient for 50,000 new residents? Well, I hope so. I sincerely hope so. You know, we do benefit from, you know, more green flag spaces, parts than virtually, well, than any other central London borough. You know, the quality of our green space is as important as sometimes the quantity.
Sonny?
Thank you, Chair.
But do ask Richard again,
though. As you know, health inequality is still a big issue.
Yeah.
And of course it can be attributed to so many things: poor housing, less access to jobs, and so on and so forth. What has been done so far to address this? And also, is there going to be a community impact assessment to know how far you know, those measures have really helped to tackle those social inequalities?
Yeah, well, you know, for the first time before the council has embarked on a major regeneration project, there has been this baseline assessment of people's health on the Old Kent Road and the Old Kent Road area being undertaken. You know, we all know, don't we, that people's physical and mental health improves if they have work, and good work. And one of our ambitions as a council has been to create that work. And you know, we had our own project to create 5,000 new jobs, and we've beaten that already. We're well on the way to almost 6,000 within this 4-year period, which is really good news. We know that people's, you know, health is improved by better housing, and you know, that is one of the ambitions that we have. We want to make every home warm, dry and safe. In the first five years of a Labour administration, which we've delivered, we're working on to kitchens and bathrooms, and quite frankly, I think we have been properly intolerant of poor quality housing. There's a lot more to do there, because we still, you know, have much work, I think, to do on our own housing to make it of a sufficiently high quality and standard. But there's a lot to do in terms of the private rented sector as well, where people are living, and sometimes it's some of the most vulnerable people who are ending up in the private rented sector, you know, on housing benefit or whatever, and we have to help them as well. And you know, the whole issue of homelessness and so on. So as a council, I think our ambitions and aspirations are absolutely the right ones to tackle the basic causes of health inequality. Our commitment and our desire to reduce smoking, we've got some really bold targets to reduce smoking in the borough still, and to tackle, you know, sexual infection and alcohol dependency. All of these are things which I think are the right things to tackle those health inequalities. And healthy eating, which, you know, again remains a great bugbear in a way, and it's one of those ones which is really hard to tackle, because again, people, not everybody, but people who are in low income households are quite often the ones who are eating the worst, you know, quality food and not fresh veg and things like that, and that's something we need to see what we can do to address, and we can do it through our planning policies by ensuring that, you know, that you don't have you know, takeaways within certain parameters, etc. So I think I think everything's in place there, Sonny, to try and break some of these health inequalities. As I said earlier on, the problem with it is that you're not going to see a definite result within a year or two. You have to be patient for it. But there are things that we can do where you can see obvious milestones along the way. So, and obviously Fizz-Free February, which everyone is observing, is going to do, what is it going to do? You keep your teeth,
yeah.
Stay slim,
Yeah.
Save money.
Save money, yeah, brilliant. I'm sure it will all get through the Advertising Standards Authority now. Nothing yet. Good.
Great, unless anyone else has any other questions.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was great.